10 Things I've Been Meaning to Say to You by Jason Reynolds. This is our activity for today. Jason Reynolds is a young adult author. He has written multiple books. I have some in my library, but he wrote this to teenagers, to young people. And as we start identity, I kind of want you to just think about how does this, or does it relate to identity? I'm not going to have you fill that out. I just want you to be thinking of this theme as we start, okay? So here it says, Dear reader, if you are a young person, by young person, I mean 19 and younger, so you guys, though young at hearters aren't excluded, nor are older people or old people, but I'm speaking primarily to young people. Anyway, if you're a young person, the following are 10 things I've been meaning to say to you. So you're going to go through each one. Some are longer than others. Okay? So I'm going to model this first one for you. I don't believe social media is going to lead to the apocalypse. I know many people my age do, even though many of us are caught up in its webbing as you. As a matter of fact, my generation is the generation that created it and pushed it on you, almost force-feeding you avatars and touchscreens since you were born, only to criticize you for engaging with them, not as accessories, but as appendages. And the way we criticize is by saying that social media and your obsession with it will lead to the apocalypse. Well, I've never believed that, and quite frankly, I have other ideas about what will lead to the apocalypse. And it turns out it has more to do with people 2 or 3 times your age. What I do think, though, is that social media might, if we're not careful, turn an entire generation into a selfie. A generation that only looks at itself, contrived, posed to present a false perfection, won't be able to avoid or learn from the mistakes of the generations that have come before it. So, sometimes, let me take a photo with you, just sometimes. You can put a filter on it and everything, and if not, that's okay. Then just let me take it. Let me snap the picture. Let me be involved in framing you. Let me help capture you in your best light. Maybe even tag me in the post, but please, please, please don't force me to photobomb you because I'll do it, and all you'll do is hit delete. So this is pretty low. There's a lot of information in here, and all of you guys are familiar with editing or analyzing text close reading. We did it a lot last year, and we're going to do it a lot this year too. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to analyze this text. So here are your tools here. You can have changing the color, you can do a highlight color, and I want you to think about, okay, what's really standing out to me? So for example, he's talking about social media, and he's saying that a lot of adults will say, social media, you guys are on it too much, you this, you that, but he's arguing, I don't think that's the issue. That's fine. You grew up with that. You didn't have the choice. But is saying, and I like to change the text color. You can either highlight, but right here, what I do think though is that social media might, if we're not careful, turn an entire generation into a selfie. A generation that only looks at itself, contrived, posed to present a false perfection, won't be able to learn from the mistakes of the generations that have come before it. So this here is what I want to know. I want us to make that stand out. I'm going to analyze and kind of close read this. What is he actually saying with this? So here you have the comment section. You're going to add a comment, and I want you to include that. So let's think of this together. So he's talking about into a selfie. So if you think of a selfie, that's only one person in the frame. It's imaging that it's just you. You're only thinking about you, which is fine, but he's arguing that if we're only thinking of ourselves, if we're only concerned with taking a selfie, we're not going to understand how to be selfless. We're not going to be able to work together or think about other people, and how our actions affect other people. And I think that is really powerful. So we're just going to type that in the comment box. What is this selfie? I kind of just want to know that the selfie, what does it symbolize? So and I'm sorry if I spelled this wrong. I did it. Okay. Symbolizes. So I want you to think and process this. The selfie symbolizes only thinking of ourselves. My computer keys. He is arguing if we do not think of others, we will not learn from the past. And then I also want to talk about this, a false perfection. A lot of times people will argue that social media is a false perfection. So it's not the truth. So he's saying that we are going to aim for a perfection shown on social media that isn't true, isn't reality. Okay, here we go. This is what I want you to do. You're gonna comment, and then now I have it so I can go through and see your thinking. And then I want also to look at this part. He's asking somebody to take a picture with him, and he's not actually asking for somebody to take a picture. He's saying, let me be a part of your life. Not, let me reword that, I'm sorry. Not like, let me be a part of your actual life. He's saying, let other people be in your pictures. So include people in your life and be thoughtful of other people. So, sorry for my sniffles, guys. My allergies are just really terrible. So I'm gonna do this again, and we're gonna comment. And remember that on your edits, you don't have to use complete sentences. Be thoughtful. I'm gonna say, I like this, be thoughtful of the world around them and welcome other people into their selfie. Remember, selfie is a symbol in this. It's not really saying a picture selfie, it's into your world. Your parents, your friends, your classmates. Make sure you're being thoughtful of the world around you and other people, and include people. So this is what I want you to do, exactly this. Now I know I'm asking a lot and we haven't done analyzing for a while, but I have full confidence in you that you can do it. Take your time. If you listen to me throughout this video, you'll see that I really process it. So I wasn't going to put this. I was going to put something else, but as you saw, I talked myself through it and I kind of was like, okay, what am I trying to say? I know this means something. What do I think? And I want you just to think of, like, in the rest of these, what's something that really stands out to you and why. Really look, and don't just say, read it one time. I want you to look for metaphors. I want you to look for, what is he really saying? And then I want you to just do your annotations. You have to, I know we haven't done it before, but I want you to try. I want to see your thinking, and I want to see, there's not really a wrong answer for this. It's just, how are you interpreting the text? And all you need to do today is that. So stop here. This is your last one. And here's Jason Reynolds. Okay? All right.